for most of the day, and you know, you got covered in it, you're doused in it, and it was just, you reeked of beer. And I remember getting to the car to drive home, and I so wanted a cop to pull me over because I stunk of beer, yet I didn't have any, you know, in my system. I thought it would have been pretty fun.
You kind of always stink of beer, though.
It's true.
Steve did a thing called the strikeout in the movie where he inhales from a bong and then chugs a beer and then does a shot and exhales, and that was all real. And you know, we really got it on the first take, but I made him do 4 more. And I found him after we finished shooting, found him wandering around in the parking lot. I said, "Hey, buddy, you need a ride?" He goes, "Yeah, man, yeah."
Literally, after each take, he'd be like, "Can you do a bigger bong hit?" I'd be like, "Sure, sure." I took a pretty big bong hit by the 4th or 5th take. I was fucked up.
Is there an actor or actress that you've always wanted to work with but haven't yet?
Bill Murray.
Yeah, we tried to get Bill Murray for a bunch of things, a bunch of times. He's a hard guy to get. Hard guy to get for things. Yeah. Down here, you wanna yell it out, shout it out. Favorite character role for each of us. I guess Farmer was mine. Because it's
so easy for you to play.
Yeah, you just got to be an unbridled dick. You know, it's like it's just fun to be an asshole. Really, for me at least. You guys.
For me, it was playing Thorny because I really enjoyed having a mustache. And when you dress up like a cop, most people just think you're a cop. I mean, and so we were shooting this scene on the highway, and there's a thing called traffic control in filmmaking, and you can stop the cars, but it's a highway, so we couldn't stop the cars, and it was just too noisy. And so I'm wearing like sunglasses, a mustache, I have a gun, and I just walked over to the highway and I put my hand up, and all the traffic stopped, and I've yelled, "Action!" And it's such intense power. It's just such a glorious feeling.
I enjoyed your nuts. I enjoy that.
Did
character.
you?
Yeah, that's a pretty good character too.
Thank you.
I liked you as Putnam too.
Oh, thank you.
I think I'm torn.
I like Finkelstein.
I think I like Finkelstein too. I enjoyed for 6 months having to live with permed afro and shaving male pattern baldness into the first 3 inches of my head. No one would talk to me. So that was a lot of fun.
I think this was my least favorite just because it's very weird and fucked up to be trying to play opposite yourself. Usually what would happen is I'm set up on one side and then they would have usually opposite me playing my twin. He's a little shorter than I am, so we had to put him up on an apple box.
Uh-oh.
And so it was, it's a weird, you don't feel like you're really like into it because I'm looking at Steve on a box and we had like a fight scene and it was like a stunt double and it was all, like didn't feel real at all. I think, I don't know, Club Dead was my favorite character just because that was like just to do some guy who's just on drugs is really fun. To play a guy who's on drugs the whole movie's a really good time.
I think I enjoyed Freaky and Puddle Cruiser, which most of you might ask, but I play hippie. But I liked Rabbit because of what Jay said, the power thing is, once we finished shooting one day and we had to drive the cop cars back to the hotel rooms afterwards because they were sort of our prop cars. And they were just prop cars. And I was enjoying driving it down the freeway, going like 60 miles an hour, and all the cars were driving behind me because everyone thought it was a cop car, so no one wanted to go fast. So I just slowed down, and I just got it down to like 50s to see if I could get all the traffic to slow down. And then cars started going past me, so then I whipped down the lights, and I whipped down, I pretended I was a cop car and went fast home. Then we got back to the hotel, and it turned out that some cops came to the hotel so that we were impersonating officers, and they were, which we were. And they were looking for the person who was impersonating an officer, and I hid underneath the bed.
They found you underneath the bed, right? Did they find you under the bed?
They never found me.
No.
Too tricky. You can't catch the rabbit.
This is for the tall, big-boned gentleman there.
Go
Where
ahead.
were the topless women in this one?
Where were the topless women? You know what? We had written the script and then we realized we didn't do our patented nudity, so we took Jay's pants off. And we decided to do the male nudity. I don't know. It was hard, to try to figure out how to get nudity in one night in a restaurant.
I think it's the third time Jay's had his pants off, though, isn't it?
Jay shows his ass all the time.
This is all just, revenge for showing your dick in Super Troopers.
It's true.
Right now.
It's true. I had to get him back.
Keep paying that way. All right.
Anybody else? Somebody? Yeah, right here.
How do you guys decide who gets to direct the movie? Who gets to be director for which movie? Like for the past one, why was it you? Why was it you that decided to be the director of this movie?
Jay got too expensive, and I had to step in.
The budget went way up.
No, it was basically, like I said before, that we made this thing during the writer's strike. It just came together very quickly, and Jay was obligated to another movie at the time, and so the investor had said, "You guys, I want to go right now," and I said, "Well, I'll do it if Jay can't," and the other guys said, "Okay," and so so I did it. It's not that hard, really.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, is there more? Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay, just a quick question. How did it come about for you to direct that one episode of Arrested Development?
Well, the creator, Mitch Hurwitz, was a Super Troopers fan, and so I went and met him, and, I had only seen the pilot, and so we just talked about when you see a pilot, it's sort of the beginning of a show, but the first 6, 7, 8 episodes where you really kind of figure out what it's actually going to be. So he just was a fan, and so I did about 4 that first year, and it was a tremendously fun show. I mean, every single actor was funny, every writer was funny, and it was just a ball to just hang out on the set and tell jokes. It was great. Loved it.
Just wanted to know, is that a Glengarry Glen Ross plug with his daiquiris?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For us, that's one of our favorite movies, and so that was part of the genesis of the whole thing was taking restaurant stories and stuff from guys' experiences and weaving it in with a Glengarry Glen Ross type of like a real-time competition, guys freaking out thing. So, but we figured there had to be at least one specific reference to it in there. I mean, we all think that's just the coolest movie ever played.
So, guys, just as a final question, I just wanted to let you know, actually, before the question, that we have that shit, and I wanted to see what you guys were doing after the show, if you're interested in a little bit.
Are there any cops here? Good.
How do you answer that question?
That's hard when I ask them. That's a stumper.
Or a stoner.
I guess that's it. Hey, so if you guys are around, we'd love to see you at Metropolis tomorrow night. We're going to do this live show. We're going to do some original sketch stuff. We're going to do some stand-up. We're going to bring back some characters that you're familiar with.
It'll be a little snappier than this.
We'll be standing. So midnight tomorrow night at Metropolis if you guys are around.
Really big show. We're very excited. Yeah, very much. It's fun. Take a nap before